Hi, and welcome back to Irish Wake in 2025. A lot of thought going about, like we all do, a new year. As you've seen from some of my earlier videos, it's been a challenging period of time. Political uncertainty. I don't know. I'm trying really hard to not let the constant flow of negativity and things to worry about, global things to worry about. Yesterday, I had really the ground kind of moved for me, but I want to read to you something that I wrote in my LinkedIn profile yesterday that just, really hit me. Act 1 is over, Act 2 begins. I put on LinkedIn yesterday that really summarizes for me where I'm at, and it really hit me. This week. As I alluded to, the last 10 years have really been a challenge. Professional, personal identity, cancel culture. I just read something the other day about a 40-year-old complaining that now that they were 40, they were written off. Society, work, they were done. 40. Ridiculous. Anyhow, it's a reality that a lot of people have dealt with, and certainly, I wasn't in my 40s when it happened, but mid 50s, and now I'm not done, and I'm not contemporary. And anyhow, let me read this. The realization hit me profoundly this week. For most of my adult life, everything was organized around necessity. Building businesses, carrying responsibility for others, pushing forward because people depended on it. When that later shifted into employment, the hustle changed shape. Less about responsibility, more about recognition and validation inside institutions that decide who matters and when. When that chapter started closing in my mid-50s, I fought it harder than I realized. Now something's quietly shifted again. Recognition that a stable income base exists. Not abundance, but enough. Enough to cover life, enough to breathe, and enough to choose, and enough to stop chasing relevance on somebody else's terms. That's when it landed. It isn't the end of Act 1, it's the start of Act 2. Act 1 was about proving value. Act 2 is about exercising judgment. I still have skills, energy, perspective, consulting, speaking, media production, storytelling. They no longer need to be forced into a single role. They can live alongside curiosity, travel, creative work, and finally writing the story I've been carried around for years. I want the work ahead to be honest, to fund adventure, not replace life, to share perspective without pretending to have all the answers, because I don't. I didn't plan this transition, as I mentioned you, but I'm learning to recognize it and not rush past it. If you're somewhere between what you were and what you're becoming, you're not lost. You may just be entering a different act. If you've ever felt the ground shift beneath you, not in crisis, but in quiet realization, how did you recognize the moment? And if you have something to share, please do. How did you recognize the moment? For me, I just suddenly stopped and went, what am I trying to achieve? I know what I love to do. I still have relevance. I still, have proven value of things I can really contribute. And I'm focusing on that. I don't have to do things just because somebody else says, if you have value, it's because you're able to do this for me. Today, I wanted to get this message out on the channel. I really want this channel to be something. I think my message is going to resonate with a lot of people because a lot of people are facing this. Hopefully it does. And I'm planning some adventures and I'm hoping you come along for the ride. If you can, please subscribe to the channel, like it, hit the notification button so you'll get these videos when they come up. And I promise I'll provide some entertainment, some things to reflect on. Hopefully it resonates with you. Have a great one.